when you grasp this concept a little better, it becomes easier to actually put it to practice. And when you start putting it to practice, you'll start seeing results real quick, regardless of what your end goal is, regardless of what your desire is, because that's up to you, whatever makes you tick. But this is one of the means that can help you in making your creation, your choosing, your clarity, your evolution into greater consciousness more precise, more concise, less distracted in a sense. So I come from a background where initially my spiritual seeking, one of the initial works that really inspired me to become a devoted, sincere adept in that sense were the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And one of the things, I don't usually refer to ancient spiritual scriptures or terms, but in this case it sort of applies. So yoga doesn't only consist of body movement, it actually consists of 8 steps, so to speak, and the last few steps are called dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Dharana stands for concentration, and I'll explain all of these through guided meditations in a little bit. So dharana stands for concentration. So when you bring your consciousness to a particular idea, to a particular object, or to a particular state of mind or state of being or quality of consciousness or vibration, and then you get a little bit distracted from it, maybe negative thoughts spiral you out of that delicious focus, which is completely fine. But then concentration is the act of, through your desire, through having really clearly stated to yourself what is most important to you, through natural devotion, that consciousness, your attention, will return again and again inevitably at some point to the objects of your choice. Now this does not have to be applied necessarily in a meditative setting where you choose to be aware of one object only. I'm talking in general terms too, when it comes to who you wish to be, or what you wish to manifest, or what you wish to realize within yourself. Any of these goals that we all have. You will find that if you are truly desirous of that state of being, of that state of clarity, then you will find yourself shifting your consciousness periodically back again and again and again to the object of your choice, right? Even if you get distracted for a bit or quote unquote life takes over seemingly, even though that's a choice as well. Then we keep returning our attention, whether that's like days in between or just seconds in between, doesn't really matter, but we keep returning our attention to the focus of our desire. So that is concentration. It's where you, for moments at a time, are focused upon something of your choice. Then dhyana stands for meditation. And in the Yoga Sutras, this is described as the making concentration continuous. Or as soon as concentration falls into place, it becomes a continuous stream. And one of the analogies that they give is that of pouring thick oil from one pot in another pot. And this may sound a little ridiculous, but if you actually tune into that analogy, and I've used it before as a meditation, if you tune into the visualization of thick liquid oil being poured into another pot from one pot, and just imagine that there's endless oil pouring from one pot. It's an infinite pot, right? So oil keeps pouring in a steady stream from one pot into the next. If you just visualize that thick stream of oil that never ends, that just keeps on pouring, that forms this very steady, stable stream of singular consciousness, of singular attention. That's what's described as meditation. When concentration becomes more effortless, becomes more constant, becomes more under your quote-unquote control, in that sense. And then the third stage is samadhi. Samadhi stands for union, or unity consciousness. So let's say you're focused on an object, or on an idea of your focus. You start concentrating on that, you start to become familiar with the vibratory signature frequency of the particular idea, reality, object, or state of being that you wish to manifest, that you wish to realize, that you wish to embody more of in your frequency field. And through concentration, it becomes more steady. You're able to actually really tune into that imagination or into that object. And that imagination becomes more vivid, becomes more constant, becomes seemingly more real. You start to feel the object. You start to feel whatever you're focused upon. Again, whether that's a state of being or an object. And samadhi is the stage where you, in a sense, lose your sense of your previous self or your previous position. So whereas concentration may still feel like, okay, I'm a body-mind over here, and I'm focused upon an object, in the state of samadhi or union consciousness, that imagination becomes so vivid that a certain type of, shall we say, ease or bliss starts to enter your being, and you become one with the object of your focus. Your consciousness is actually so absorbed with the focus of your choice that you forget that you're actually focused from this point of view. So you become the thing you're focused upon, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay, so it's simply a deep state of concentration or meditation or absorption. So together in the Yoga Sutras, they're called samyama. So concentration, meditation, samadhi are called, concentration, meditation, union, mergent are called samyama, or we can call it the adept's focus in this case.